All right, today we're jumping straight into a cyber defense simulation. We're going to get a transparent look at one of the most common threats out there, the denial of service attack. Let's get started.
Okay, first things first, a really important disclaimer. Our goal here is to understand defense, to see how to build resilience. We're looking at this strictly from the perspective of the defenders, the blue team.
And this is our guide through this whole holographic environment. Meet Orion DF, an AI analyst that's designed to visualize and break down cyber threats. It's going to be running the show for us. Now, to really get what a system under attack looks like, you first have to see it when it's healthy, right? This is our baseline. You see this? Data packets are just flowing in a nice, orderly way. Everything's running smoothly, requests are being handled super efficiently, and all the system lights are green. This is exactly what you want to see. So what is it we're actually defending against? Well, a denial of service or DoS attack. Now, this kind of attack isn't about stealing your data. Nope, the goal is much simpler and honestly way more disruptive. It's all about creating a digital traffic jam so huge that nobody, and I mean nobody, can get through. It just shuts the whole service down. And this right here, this gets to the heart of the vulnerability. Think about any website or online service you use. It's kind of like a restaurant. It's got a limited number of tables, a limited number of cooks in the kitchen, and only so many doors to get in. A DoS attack is like sending thousands of fake customers to stand in the doorway, so the real ones can't even get inside. It's all about overwhelming those finite resources. Okay, here we go. Orion Defend is kicking off the attack phase of the simulation. You're going to want to watch closely as this whole digital environment starts to change. You'll see the attack happen in 4 stages. First, the flood starts. It's just this massive wave of tiny little requests that seem harmless on their own. But then second, those requests start eating up all the system's resources. The CPU just spikes, memory gets totally filled. Third, that's when you, the real user, start to feel the pain. Websites slow to a crawl, your apps just won't respond. And finally, the system just hits a tipping point. It goes into total overload and services denied to everyone, the attacker and you. Now, I'm sure you've probably heard the term DDoS. That extra D stands for distributed, and believe me, it completely changes the game. Instead of one attacker coming from one place, a DDoS attack comes from a whole network. Thousands, maybe even millions of hacked computers or devices. You can't just block one bad guy anymore, you're trying to fight off an entire swarm. And this is the real kicker. It highlights this fundamental imbalance in the fight. A defender's server, see, it has to try and process every single request that comes in, whether it's real or fake. But the attacker, they just have to send them. That's it. This lopsided effort is exactly what makes the strategy so powerful and so tough to fight. But it's not all doom and gloom. Systems are not helpless. As soon as that attack starts to ramp up, a defensive response gets triggered. Let's see how this digital immune system kicks into gear. So, the big question is, how do you stop a tidal wave of malicious data? It's not about building one giant wall. It's way more complex. It's about having a multi-layered, really intelligent response. The defensive toolkit has a few key players. You've got rate limiting, which basically acts like a traffic cop, slowing down the flow from any one source. Then there are load balancers, which spread the traffic out over a bunch of different servers so no single machine gets overwhelmed. For the really big attacks, traffic gets sent through what are called scrubbing centers. These are basically giant cleaning centers that filter out all the bad, malicious traffic and only pass the good stuff through. And more, you're seeing AI systems that can learn attack patterns in real time and block new threats as they pop up. At the end of the day, this whole defensive effort, all these tools, they are all focused on one single thing: getting the service back online for legitimate users as fast as humanly, or, well, digitally possible. Okay, so we've seen the attack, we've seen the defense inside this simulation, but why does any of this matter? Let's connect what we just saw to its impact in the real world. See, this isn't just some abstract technical problem. The most common targets are the services we all depend on every single day. We're talking about e-commerce sites right during a big holiday sale, your online banking app, or that government website you need to get critical information. When these go down, it affects us directly. And the consequences are absolutely real. For a business, every single second of downtime means real money lost. For any organization, a successful attack can completely trash their reputation and destroy user trust. And for all of us, It means the incredible frustration of being locked out of the services we need right when we need them most.
And that brings us right back around to our very first and most important point. The whole reason we want to understand how these attacks work is so we can build stronger, more resilient systems. Using this knowledge for defense is absolutely essential for a secure digital future.
So as our simulation winds down, we're left with this one final critical question. Attackers are always innovating, always using new tools like AI to make their attacks even stronger. That means our defense can never, ever stand still. It has to be a living, breathing thing that adapts just as quickly. This race between offense and defense, it truly never ends.